Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Trinadapi Sunichena Taradi Vasahishnuna. Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Hare Nama Hare Nama Hare Nama Vakivalam. Kalo Nastyeva 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 Gatiranyata. Welcome to the, how shall we say, embassy of the spiritual world. Because Prabhupada envisions his temples to be a replica of Vaikuntha. What is Vaikuntha? The place where there is no anxiety. There should be no anxiety. Why? God is here in front of us. And we just spent a half hour loudly chanting God's holy names. And you are with similar like-minded people, just like you. You all come here because you want to improve your spiritual life. That's why you come. So, my good friend Balaram, he gave me the instruction. So tonight, we're going to commemorate, because it's during this period that ISKCON was established, back in 1966. Srila Prabhupada left India in 1965, around Janmashtami time. And then he arrived first in Boston Harbor in September of 1965. And then after one day or so, then he landed in New York. So from September 1965 until about June, July of 66, Prabhupada was just trying to start his movement. He was depending on Krishna where to stay, and he was trying to understand how to preach Krishna consciousness in the West. So it was in July of 1966 that ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, was established. So I'm going to read a little bit from this Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita, the authorized biography of Srila Prabhupada. Now, personally, tomorrow is a very special anniversary for me personally. Because in 1973, on July 15th, I said goodbye to my family, my friends, and especially my enemies. And I decided to move into the temple, which was at that time in Brooklyn, New York. And that was a decision I would have made 1,000 times over. Best decision in my life was to come and join Prabhupada's Krishna Consciousness movement. It has made all the difference in my life. So tomorrow is that anniversary. I remember I had one musical acquaintance, so he offered to drive me from my home in Long Island to Brooklyn. And the whole trip, what was he trying to do? Convince me not to do it. That's the kind of friends I had. The whole trip. But I was determined. No. Talk to the hand. No. And I remember it was just before the Sunday feast. It was on a Sunday. It was just before the Sunday feast. And I had made my connections with my good friend Atindriya Das. He would, whenever I would visit the temple, he would take me under his wing and he would preach to me and engage me in sweeping and cleaning. And since then, I've been all over the world with Krishna. Never dreamed of the places I have gone, all because of surrendering to Krishna and Prabhupada's movement. Such a fantastic journey. And it's still going on. All right. If you're all ready, please repeat. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're in this particular chapter entitled Breaking Ground. We shall call our society ISKCON. Prabhupada laughed playfully when he first coined the acronym. He had initiated the legal work of incorporation that spring while still living on the Bowery. Now, I've been on the Bowery. If there's any place that's hell, it's the Bowery in New York. So, he was at that time living on the... But even before its legal beginning, Prabhupada had been talking about, quote unquote, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And so it had appeared in letters to India and in a publication known as the Village Voice. That was a local underground newspaper. It was the hipster publication. A friend had suggested a title that would sound more familiar to Westerners. International Society for God Consciousness. But Prabhupada had insisted, Krishna Consciousness. God was a vague term, whereas Krishna was exact and scientific. God Consciousness was spiritually weaker, less personal. And if Westerners didn't know that Krishna was God, then the International Society for Krishna Consciousness would tell them by spreading his glories in every town and village. So I take that as a direct instruction that one of our preaching strategies is to let everyone know Krishna is God. Krishna consciousness was Prabhupada's own rendering of a phrase from Srila Rupa Goswami's book Padyavali, written in the 16th century. Please repeat it. Let's see how you guys are in Sanskrit. Please repeat. Krishna Bhakti Rasabhavita. Now let's do the whole thing. Krishna Bhakti Rasabhavita. Very good. This is the advanced class. To be absorbed in the mellow taste of executing devotional service to Krishna. I'll repeat that. So the meaning of that Krishna Bhakti Rasabhavita, to be absorbed in the mellow taste of executing devotional service to Krishna. But to register ISKCON legally as a non-profit tax-exempt religion required money and a lawyer. All right, so I'm not going to go into so much there. So at this time, Prabhupada has his first temple, 26 2nd Avenue. Who has visited that? Good. Not that many. Oh, put that on your bucket list. That at some point you will go visit 26 2nd, where it all began. So I don't want to, because I have something else in mind. So let's see where it is. Here it is. So when Prabhupada set up the Articles of Incorporation for his movement, he established 7 principles. So people sometimes wonder, what is ISKCON? What are you all about? So these 7 purposes, actually 7 purposes of ISKCON, that's what we will hear today. If you're ready to proceed, I still have your attention. Everybody say, Hare Krishna. Good. So number 1, to systematically propagate spiritual knowledge to society at large and to educate all peoples in the techniques of spiritual life in order to check the imbalance of values in life and to achieve real unity and peace in the world. So just this first point. This, for me, that's my society. That's my religion. How could you find any fault? To systematically propagate spiritual knowledge. The only thing lacking in this world, spiritual knowledge. And educate all peoples. So as you look around, we have Indians, we have Americans, we have Latinos, we have everybody is included. Right? So it's for everybody. And he used this word, techniques of spiritual life. So in certain circumstances, if you are speaking to somebody, you don't have to immediately tell them, oh, you must become Hare Krishna. No, you can explain to them by reading Prabhupada's books. You will learn techniques. See, it's a very nice way of preaching. We will teach you techniques so that you can be a better Christian, Muslim, Jew, Hindu. And even I've said at times, I would tell somebody, oh, you don't want to be God conscious? No. Then I would say, okay, read this 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita and you'll be first-class demon. Krishna tells you right there how to do it. Now, in order to check the imbalance, because this is Kali Yuga, so day by day, like a avalanche, Kali Yuga, the effects of Kali Yuga becomes more and more prominent in society. And society becomes more and more materialistic, more deeper in the modes of nature. So to check that imbalance, that's one of the purposes of this movement. To achieve real unity and peace. Ah, such nice. I sign up for that. Real unity and peace. Very good. Number 2. No, here he goes. To propagate a consciousness of Krishna as revealed in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's another purpose of this movement. We are meant, I was explaining last night to one young college Indian girl. I've known her for many years. And she was asking me so many questions. And so I mentioned to her that all religions, they say, we're the only way. And I explained to her that, yeah, if you go to Toyota, what are they going to say? This car's for you. You go to Hyundai, what are they going to say? Don't buy Toyota, buy Hyundai. Every religion, us included, says we're the only way. So, that being the case, right, then you have to pick which religion has the best to offer. I told her, I did that. I surmised, and I saw that in this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, we have so much information available. So, and so I also told her, I said, so if you're asking me, right, what you